So good afternoon, my friends. Um, I'm just feeling a little bit under the weather. Don't worry, I have my COVID vaccine. I don't think it's COVID. Probably just allergies or an upper respiratory infection, which used to happen quite a bit before, you know, recent events. But so I may sound like crap, but I'm actually feeling fine. So here we're gonna catch up on two that I've shown before. Both of these are very nice gifts. The orange 66 Ford Mustang Gasser is an M2 kit, a gift from Dan Dicastrom from YouTube, who I won that contest, and he threw in so many extra pieces. It's unbelievable. I'm still not opening all of them yet. And then this from Clown Nation, from Diecast Clown in Pennsylvania, who is, a great guy. So this is a 66 Ford Mustang Gasser, pony up. And this is a 67 Shelby GT500. And this is the ground pounder. And this is a gasser. So neither one are stock. But it should be interesting. So let's take a look at this one first. This is in Ground Pounders M2, which is not a series that I'm overly familiar with. I think it's very similar in like aesthetic to like muscle machines. So I think the wheels and tires are oversized, but that should be fine. M2, so it'll have lensed lights and separate details. And this is quote unquote a kit where I get to choose which engine goes in, and which wheels and tires. So I will pause this video after and build these kits and then come back. So this one is the 66 Ford Mustang Gasser, pony up. Into doesn't say well I guess it's a Gasser series. So choice of wheels and tires. This already has the engine, the injection scoop sticking through the top, so I guess you don't get to choose that, which is fine. Real quick, let's see if there's any important information on the back here, as far as, series or anything. This is a 2020 copyright, so a 2021 car. This should be the same, I think. Yep. And if anybody wants to pause, you can read the information about the M2 Machines model kit. M2 model kit. This one doesn't have the same exact. Let's see. Okay. So that should be very cool. So I am going to pause the camera for a minute, and when I come back, hopefully both of these will be assembled. Okay, so a few minutes later, more minutes than I'd like to admit, we have Pony Up, the 1966 Ford Mustang Gasser here. And, I'm not a big one for gassers, but M2 does some interesting gassers with some pretty decent details. So this is metal body plastic base. It's a kit. The plastic base is a plus here because it allows for the front suspension to be molded like this, as opposed to a monolithic metal block. Here on the back you have the ladder bar suspension pieces here and a very narrowed rear axle. It's screwed together because it's a kit. Now this one did not come with a choice of engines, and that's fine. An inserted plastic chrome grille that looks like it's a little tilted back, but okay. Inserted lens headlights, separate plastic bumper and moon tank here, which is a little fuel tank, just enough to get down the quarter mile. 427 single overhead cam, the camera engine of lore, Goodyear drag radials up front and slicks in back, or I shouldn't say drag radials, drag tires, front runners is what they were called. Just noticing a metal flake in here, and for the 60s gasser era, this would be appropriate. Pony up, Ford logo, nicely done taillights, bumper, gas cap. So that's pretty cool. Now, this does not roll freely. I may have to make some adjustments, but that's okay. These type of cars to me are pretty. I mean, I don't play with my cars. This is a static display piece, and that is very cool. So this is a 1967 Ford Mustang Gasser, and this is a 1967 Shelby GT500, and it is a ground pounder, so it is a modified, almost tuned casting. But for tuned casting, very nice. So it gives you a choice of engine. I just threw in these red Velocity stacks for now. I'm not sure where I'm going to settle with that. The other option was this all black blower and injector, and that shouldn't just be monolithic black. That should have some colors on it. So these Halibran appearing knockoff wheels that are, the equivalents of like 28-inch rims, donks, or that type of thing. But they've done a nice job. Now, interesting enough, this ground pounder, when I took it apart to put the wheels on, it has no interior, which is actually unusual for an M2. It has a solid black window, so you can't see inside. So there's no roll cage, no interior. But they've done a nice job with the stripes and with the badging, the tampo, the details around the windows, inserted headlights, inserted driving lights, painted turn signals, nice separate bumper, inserted lens tail lights. So there's a lot to like here. This is sort of a wild color, somewhere between yellow and green or gold, or but actually on camera it shows up a lot brighter than in person. In person it actually seems, when I don't look through the camera, the color almost seems muted, like a sand or an olive green. But in this lighting here on video, it shows up very neon. So each one took less than 10 minutes. I think it was 10 minutes total to build both of them. These M2 kits can be fun. I'm not sure that you do something like this with more than one person. It's not that big a job. You get a choice of wheels and tires. So I haven't decided which is going to be the permanent wheels. So on this side, on the left-hand side, driver's side in the US, I've put these gold Halibran wheels on this one. But on the passenger side, I have the chrome. So I will ask you guys on the orange Mustang, gold rims or chrome rims? Comment down below which set of rims you think would look better on that. Now, with this ground pounder, the choices were these gold or black rims, and I love murdered out vehicles. I love black rims, but black steelies like this just don't seem appropriate for a Shelby GT500 to me. I don't know. Maybe I will take these raised white letter tires, these Goodyear lettered tires, and put them on these gold rims. Not sure. That's a wonderful thing. These model kits, you can swap parts around. Not just what they give you. If you have other rims, just like with anything, you can do that. there is a lot of flexibility with them. Now, these ground pounder and gassers are not something I would normally go for. I like nice stock street cars mostly, but these are both Mustangs, and I love Mustangs, and they're both gifts from wonderful folks, so they will have a cherished place in my collection. So, like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I will talk to you soon. Today is Tuesday, right? Noosh. Have a good night.